Hi, I'm Samantha, and today you're watching my latest episode with Ryan Taylor, so thank you so much for joining me.
Hey, how are you? Thanks for having me out here in this beautiful weather.
Yeah, are you excited for the tapings tonight?
Yeah, I love coming to Championship Wrestling from Hollywood and filming the product that we do for TV. It's a great live show for fans to come out. It's right near this beautiful beach out here in Port Hueneme, and it looks really awesome when we do the finished product and we put it out there.
So my first question is, what made you want to be a wrestler?
I was always a fan as a kid, Sting, Warrior, that kind of stuff. Getting older, Bret Hart was like my biggest thing, but still singing like Bret Hart. And I guess like 16 years old, I was always playing sports, football, baseball, amateur wrestling, really athletic growing up. I never really loved them. I always kind of weirdly just loved wrestling, like pro wrestling. And I guess I decided to stop playing high school football and to start just doing pro wrestling at 16 years old. I started training with Jesse Hernandez in San Bernardino at the School of Hard Knocks. And I'm sure nobody thought I was going to stick around with it because I was a really skinny kid at the time, not a lot of experience. 14 years later, I'm still doing this stuff, man.
What has been the best part of wrestling for Championship Wrestling from Hollywood?
The best part of being with this company?
Mm-hmm.
So I've had a lot of family members tell me they were flipping through the channels and that they see me on TV. And that's really cool because it's I get it, I'm not signed with WWE. I get it, I'm not with Impact Wrestling. But they're still hitting me up saying, we're watching you on TV wrestling. And to them, it's all the same thing, realistically. It doesn't matter if it's WWE or if it's wrestling from Hollywood, they see me wrestling on TV. And that it just blows their mind. And I'll have friends, colleagues hit me up, the same thing from the past, man, you did it, that's so awesome. To them, that's what they see. And it looks, and it is, it's TV wrestling, and it feels great,
Yeah, it's funny you say that because when I first discovered Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, my dad used to watch it a lot. And it was some cage match. And I was like, this isn't WWE. What are you watching? He's like, oh, it's a local show. And I was like, they have indies on TV? He's like, yeah, it's like a local promotion. It's based here in California. And I remember I was like, we got to go. And he's like, it's 2 hours away. There's no way we're driving 2 hours away to go to Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. I was like, it's free. You can't not go.
It doesn't look like an indie wrestling show on TV. It looks like a TV wrestling show. And that's the best part about it is it's all DIY. Honestly, we're doing it ourselves with Dave Marquez and the connections that he has. But it looks, this is a TV wrestling show.
It gives me an old school vibe, like the backstage and how Kathy is and how when they interview you guys. It was always my favorite. I love your backstage promos and everything's overhyped and everything's so excited. So do you prefer to wrestle as a singles competitor or in a tag team?
Oh, I've always been a singles wrestler, actually. I've always been one throughout most of my career, just because I've been very, very well developed, I guess, technically. Training a lot with TJ Perkins and Rocky Romero in that style of wrestling. So for me, singles wrestling has always kind of been where I shine the most, just because in tag team wrestling, it's morely you need to do a little bit different style. And while it's so much more entertaining sometimes, for me, I guess maybe I prefer singles because you're able to be a little more artistic in your own way.
So what has been your favorite feud to wrestle in?
Ooh, favorite feud. Maybe me and Peter, early days here at Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, back when we actually were in Hollywood. We had a big old feud of our hair versus hair leading into a cage match where I shaved Peter's head because I beat him, and then he shaved my head. We both lost our long locks. And then we ended up in a cage match, the first one we did at Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. And it was really interesting the way we played it up, and it got a lot of press coverage, I remember, and it looked great. The whole thing looked great.
Which is funny because then later on you were in Vermin, and they all had the big thing against Peter Avalon, where you guys are kind of against him.
I've always been against Peter.
I feel like it always comes full circle. You and Yuma both have your bad blood with him.
Yeah, I never can't get along with Peter Avalon. That guy, he's annoying. He's gonna have his own way. Even right now, I don't get along with Peter Avalon. The stupid haircut, and the little thing he has hanging out back here. What is that? What is that?
So you and Tommy went against Reno Scum in a losing effort for the Championship Wrestling from Hollywood tag titles. What were your thoughts on that match and how it went overall?
I think we did good. I think we did really good. I think we'll be the tag champs here in Hollywood sooner or later. You know, if it doesn't align right now with the universe, then the universe doesn't want us to have it right now. They have other plans for us. And I'm cool with that. You know, Reno Scum's tough competitors, and we came like that close to getting it. I don't know if you saw the match, but it was like that close. We were about to ready to get those belts. So, you know, if Thornstowe and Luster the Legend want to go ahead and keep them for now, it's fine. They can keep them warm for us. But sooner or later, I think we'll get them.
Is that a challenge? Are you asking them right now?
I will challenge you only if you escort us to the ring and do it.
Wow. So what other states or promotions did you like to wrestle in?
All over, man. I mean, I just love traveling in general. That's why I got into wrestling. I love traveling.
Really?
Yeah, I love just traveling in general, whether it be for wrestling or outside of wrestling, just to go like exploring and adventuring. Canyoneering, I love doing canyoneering. Look it up. You don't know what canyoneering is? Look it up. It's badass. I love doing canyoneering.
So what is it like wrestling for EWF?
That is like my home fed. Like I came from that company. Jesse Hernandez, who runs it, Cincinnati Red, used to be the booker. They both helped bring me up a lot, and you know, that was, I always pay like a lot of respect to them just because they did so much for me in my career, man. They gave me so much to get a starting platform and then grow and become a real, you know, pro wrestler. And they achieved this little dream we all had when we were like 16 years old.
Yeah, you actually are going for the title soon, next month, right?
Yeah.
You're in a battle royal.
Yeah, they have they have this weird tournament they have set up for it. I'm not quite sure of the rules, but I do know that I'm going to be in it. And my job is just to win. Realistically, I don't really care. Rules are rules, man. Just let me who I gotta submit, right?
Is there anyone that you would like to wrestle in that promotion?
In EWF?
Yes.
That I haven't already wrestled?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've never actually had a singles match with Adrian Quest.
That would be really good.
Yeah, and I've known Adrian for a long time. Since Adrian's like 11 years old. I've always wanted to just beat his ass in the ring. God, that kid needs it so bad.
Would you consider Vermin to be one of the most dominant factions in Championship Wrestling from Hollywood?
We were. We were the most dominant faction. Not anymore, so not around anymore. But when we were, I mean, I'm just saying, I think we had all the titles. We were pretty dominant for a while. Pretty solid group there, core group. Me, Joey, Kevin, Yuma. It was good times.
I mean, that was my favorite group for a long time.
That was your favorite group?
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
I used to want a really cool, like, Vermin t-shirt, but I never got one for Christmas. I was so disappointed.
Oh.
Like, I would always put it on my Christmas list, but it never got, like, noticed by my dad. He'd always be like, we'll get a different one.
He just buys you a shirt of, like, a dead rat and says, here's Vermin.
Right? That would have been better. That would have been, like, punny at least.
We just write it on there with, like, a Sharpie or something.
And finally, word of advice for anyone who wants to be a wrestler or work in that industry.
Do real sports. If you actually really want to be a pro wrestler, like, do real sports, like, first. Because you need to be athletically coordinated. I get that it's all entertainment and stuff, but you need to be athletically coordinated and just have a good, sound, fundamental body as far as that goes. Coordination to be able to kind of understand how to move and be in the ring. And once you have a good core package, I mean, you can do it. But definitely take up real sports first. Learn how to play baseball, learn how to play football, learn how to do wrestling, gymnastics. I did gymnastics for like 5 years and it helped me out tremendously. So that's the key first, I think.
Thank you so much for your time. This was a
Thank you
great
so
interview.
much.